I definitely looked, so the joke worked. All right, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but like I said, it's every time. So, all right. There were some questions earlier. And just in case you're wondering, and you got to stick around till the end to get a chance to get for free. So, yes, that's how I bribe people to come watch me. And no, I don't feel ashamed about it at all. All right. Hamid says best strategy for backlinking. That's kind of a big question, but establish a big brand around your site with some branded URLs and some anchors. All right, they can hear me on YouTube now. Hallelujah. And some branded and some URL anchors, and then you can go for your exact keyword anchors with guest posts, niche edits, and PBNs. So that's kind of the 50,000 foot overview of it. Where are you and what time is it? I already answered that. What is the new strategy for link building? Kind of just what I said, is to have a nice, strong foundation around your site with some, citations, social profiles, Web 2.0s, things like that, so that when you do go for the powerful links, your guest posts, PBNs, things like that, then you'll be able to use them for exact anchors as opposed to wasting them for branded stuff. Excuse me. James says, top programs SEO use to speed things up. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Speed up your site, speed up your rankings, software programs. You may have to clarify that one for me a little bit. Top proxy services to use. How many proxies should you use? The service I use is Green Cloud VPS, and I buy like 10 of those a month. But it just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a lot of like scraping and GSA and things like that, you'll probably need more. As a beginner, what are the essentials when it comes to link building, programs, strategies to sell a service? I would say just figure out what's already selling and improve on their offer a little bit. So if somebody's offering good quality PBNs for $20, maybe lower the price or offer more of them, things like that. So best tools for keyword research, keywords everywhere for sure, and your brain are both really powerful. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic there. I mean, maybe a little, but your brain is really important, just thinking about what people are actually going to look for. And then I really like BuzzSumo. A lot of people don't talk about that, but it's really expensive for one thing. But yeah. Best plugins for Chrome. The keywords everywhere one I like TubeBuddy and vidIQ if you do any YouTube. I'm actually looking at my browser to think about it. You want some sort of ad block, and yeah, that's kind of the main ones. Oh, and the Honey plugin, which will have, I think it's like joinhoney.com. You'll get a bunch of discounts on basically most sites that have like coupons. So definitely worth signing that up for. Ashley says, did you redecorate your room? This is actually my office, and I have put up some things. I hung up the Buddha painting up there and just some odds and ends to make it more comfortable, more home, whatever you want to call it. Wynn says W3C validation in SEO. I don't know that much about it, unfortunately. Daniel says, do internal links really matter? If you had a site with, say, 30 location pages, could each page rank okay, even though they had no links to the other pages? It's basically to make the business look more local in each location. So what you want to do there is have the location page be where it terminates. So you do want some internal links. They absolutely do matter. But your structure could be like, homepage, services, then let's say Wisconsin, and then city. Or you could just skip the Wisconsin part and go to the city. But then from there, you don't have to link from the location page to anything else. So it kind of like that's the end of the path, I guess. But you don't want it to be orphaned by any means. So, question regarding your free course: best way to build an affiliate site built for automation. You start to touch base on it in the free course. Brilliant information, by the way. So much packed in there. Oh, thank you. Using JVZoo, ClickBank, etc., and Workhorse if it makes sense to use Workhorse. What is the best place to find affiliate offers to list? I currently have a site that is Amazon, which is awesome, but it's so minimal. It depends on what kind of stuff you're offering. If you're doing physical products, Amazon's probably going to be the deepest resource, meaning that they have literally everything on the planet. But another good site is Offer Vault. There's Commission Junction. I think they changed the name of that. There's Share a Sale, ClickBank, lots of other ones out there. But those are kind of the big ones. You already said JVZoo and ClickBank, but yeah. So that's what we got there. Where is Legiit at right now? Not sure what you mean by that. It's online. I don't. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the question. It's doing very well if that's what you're asking. When you do all the citations, do you do all the citations at once or do you drip them? For citations, I just do them all at once. I think that's perfectly normal. If somebody's starting a new site or a new business, to just go ahead and list them all on Yelp, Foursquare, what have you. Yes, honey, that one is awesome. I told you not to call me honey in front of everybody. Oh, you meant the plugin. Okay, my bad. That's on me. Best SEO plugin for WordPress. To be honest, this question comes up all the time in the Superstar SEO group, and everybody has a different opinion on it. I still use Yoast. I know that there's a lot of issues with it, and a lot of people don't like it. But yeah, Yoast is fine. Rank Math, I hear good things about, and I had bought SEO Press back on Black Friday, and I've never used it, but I hear really good things about it too. I think it's going to be one of those things where everybody just has the one that they like, It's in the cloud, man. Let's see if we got any questions over here. Nope. All righty. Sorry, guys, I wasn't prepared with a particular topic today, so we're just going to have to wing it. So if you got any questions, fire away. Otherwise, this will be a short one, just like me. Let's see who's watching right now. Russell Freddie Edmonds, Georgie, Eddie, Keith, James, Bobby, who else? Jill. It's weird. It tells you how many people are watching, and then it shows you which people are watching, but the numbers never match. Do you want to do a PR run for Legiit and maybe get on a few podcasts? Somebody sent me a message today about it being on their podcast as well. I'm out of town next week, but maybe after that I can probably do some more of that sort of thing. So just message me next week. This is Eddie. Is the Superstar Academy in regard to SEO training enough to fully run the agency I'm starting? Will it lay out the things that need to be done monthly, things to do if this is happening, etc.? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I literally have a portion in there where it takes you from not having anything to setting up your company to getting clients. And then, of course, there's tons of actual SEO training in there. So, yeah, definitely. And then, of course, if you run into something that isn't covered or you don't know how to do or you need help with, that's what Jeff, myself, Scott, and Jim and all the other members are there for. So, absolutely, yes. Jill says, when you have a page in 2 languages, how do you establish what country for a rank for each language? If you go into Google Search Console, you can set the preferred, I forget exactly what they call it. And I don't know where it is in the new version of Search Console. but there's a place to set the preferred language in there. And then I think there's an HTML tag you can use as well. To be honest, non-US SEO is not my strength. So I could be wrong about that, but that's what I think. So Russell Freddie Edmonds says, yo, I swear, Chris, you look younger every live stream you do. Oh, you. Thank you. I, been focusing on taking care of myself. So thank you. Jaseni, and apologize if I got that wrong. I know you've been around for years, so I should know that by now. So very sorry about that. How about a one-to-one full SEO training, like for a week and in person? Any thoughts on that? I originally had scheduled a live event for this year, but I don't think it's going to happen now because it's gotten kind of late in the season and I just have so many other things going on. But I am going to start having, and I don't have any details on it yet, but I am going to start doing like a consulting program where it's just me and one-on-one. It's not going to be cheap, but it is going to be something I offer in the coming weeks. So. Kashif just joined. James says, that's exciting. Sounds like a no-brainer, even if you don't get the month free. Joseni says, no problem. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Ashley says he'll shoot me an email. Awesome. Graham says, where did you get the Buddha lamp diffuser from? Mrs. just started yoga, and she would like that. Thanks in advance. It's actually two different things. I got this from, I think it's dharmapunksmerch.com. Just look up Dharma Punks merch. That's where I got the statue. And the oil diffuser I got at Earthbound Trading Company in the mall. So Ashley says, when are you going to do the giveaway? Towards the end, just after we get a chance to kind of hang out and talk like we usually do. Graham says, nice one. Cheers. Thanks. I think it just kind of gives a nice vibe to the place. So Thomas says, I need to look into creating pages in different languages for a UK-based website, .co.uk TLD. Other than using clear language slugs to identify each language for my page. Excuse me. And href lang tags, what else should I consider to do not to impact other pages on my website? Again, I don't know a ton about non-US SEO, so anything I say will just be a guess. But it sounds like you're doing the right things. And then there's a place in Google Search Console too, or at least there was in the old version, where you could set up, what language it is. So look into that as well. But I got to be perfectly honest, I don't know enough about it to give you expert advice on it. I've only worked with US companies and sites for the most part. Eddie says, thanks for your reply. Does it tell you how to build out the site? I don't want to have to redo. I mean, I don't want to tell you that you haven't done something wrong that you might have to redo, but yeah, I mean, it's literally from somebody who knows nothing up until some really advanced stuff. So are you into travel? If so, where are you looking to go next? I don't actually like to travel very much, but I am going to Las Vegas next Thursday. So I'm looking forward to that, just to chill for a little bit. So that's going to be fun. Vegas is a cool city. James says, what is the book you're reading right now? Honestly, I don't read nearly as much as I should. I do take a lot of courses and listen to those while I'm working, but I don't read a lot of books. I have a bunch in my Audible queue that I need to listen to, and maybe I'll do one on the plane next week. But as far as courses, the one I'm doing right now is Brian G. Johnson's Tube Ritual course, because I want to get back into YouTube a little bit. So that's kind of what I've been listening to as I work, but I haven't read a book in quite some time. So, sorry I'm almost embarrassed to say that or whatever, because I know it's important, but I don't. All right. Caught up on questions. Oh, no, we're not. Daniel says, this ain't to sound rude, but are the gigs on Legiit vetted in any way, or is it a lottery like Fiverr? Okay, so yes and no. We don't have gigs, first of all. We obviously can't screen every possible one, but there are a lot of tools to help people make decisions on who's good and who's not. There's a community around it, unlike Fiverr. And when there's something reported, it gets shut down very quickly. I had to do that to somebody this week too. I will not tolerate people not doing what they describe. So it's not feasible to screen every service and still make a profitable business, but we definitely enforce the rules much more than some other sites do. So, are you watching the Champions League final? Come on, Liverpool. I think that's soccer, right? No, I'm not. Are you living the 4-hour work week yet? Good Lord, no. I would never do that anyway. I think that's a fantasy. But no, I like my work. So I work, 10 to 12 hours a day, sometimes longer. And I wouldn't be satisfied just doing 4 hours a day. And I'm not really into the like travel laptop lifestyle and type of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's entitled to live the way that makes them the happiest. But no, that's not for me. I like my work, and yeah, I guess I've answered that twice now. So, or not twice, but I'm babbling is kind of my point. A lot of energy today. I don't know why. Do you take the weekends off? I don't take it completely off. I do tone it down a lot. Like I'll, do the stuff that can't wait, but I do take some time to just do something that I like, whether it's go to a movie or go see my family or whatever it may be that particular week. I do tone down the work on the weekends, but I haven't taken a full day off in 5 years, probably. And that probably sounds unappealing to some people, but for me, I enjoy what I do. So every day is a day off in that respect. So Daniel says, great answer. Thanks, Chris. No problem. I mean, it's just, I get why people ask that question, but it's also, it's a tough balance to strike. That's one of the hardest things I've had to do with Legiit is strike a balance between doing what's right for the buyers, doing what's right for the sellers, and still making a profitable business. And I've done my best. I probably haven't done it perfectly, but thank you. We're trying. Bob just joined. What's up, Bob? Hatred, as some of you may know him. Yeah, I work 10 to 12 hours a day too. This is Ashley, and I really have a ton of fun. I'm looking to go to Bali maybe next year to see if traveling is for me. That sounds good. Bali seems like a nice place. I don't know. I don't like traveling. I'm very set in my ways. And, when the Wi-Fi doesn't work or I don't have my own bed, I don't like it. So for the most part, I only travel for business and maybe like one vacation a year. So Graham says, respect to you. Always nice when you're passionate and help people. I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate you saying that, Graham. I know there's a lot of whatever, but to me, I really do try to help people. And, for people that are thinking that that's insincere, because I know some people do, just look at my prices and do the math, like, especially for Superstar Academy, like there's split that 4 ways. It's like near impossible to make a profit, but I like to help people. So it is what it is. Bob says he just scrolled past this in my feed. You mean this is not appointment viewing for you, Bob? Thought we were cool. That hurts. It hurts me right there. Just kidding. Your opinion doesn't mean enough to me for it to hurt. Oh, burn. All right. Been here. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? Maybe I'll do 2 giveaways today. Maybe we'll do one at the half an hour mark and then at the end. So Bob says I'm buying PBN domains right now. Have to be here for auctions. Well, that's good, being that you're the second best PBN provider out there. It's good that you're on top of it. Bob says that hurts him deep. Hey, man, I'm just kidding. It's all good. I want to be more like you when I grow up in like 20 years. Oh, man, I am on fire today. Congratulations, you won the auction. Isn't that one of the best moments? I hate when people bid me up at the last moment and then they have restarts the 5-minute timer over again, assuming you're talking about GoDaddy. This isn't working. I'm 25. You're 25? Wow. No joke. For a long time, I didn't realize that was Matt Cutts in your profile picture. And I was like, man, Bob looks a lot like Matt Cutts. And then I brought it up. I was like, oh, it is Matt Cutts. So All right, first drawing for 1 month free will be in about 5 minutes. So stick around if that's why you're here. I'd like to think that you're here because you enjoy my company, but let's be honest, it's the free shit, right? you want the free shit. So, forgive me if that offends anybody. I know I'm trying to strike a balance between being myself and being respectful. Bob says he's outie. Good luck, everyone. Keep it legit, folks. Oh, I love that that's catching on. Jane says this isn't a Q&A, it's a roast. Damn it, now I want some roast. Let's see while we're doing this, if I can't figure out how to generate a random number. Where'd the questions go? There they are. Must admit, Bob did some work for me. If it's hatreds, PBNs, real quality work. Yeah, Bob does good. He's the only person, other than myself, obviously, because I'll get to that in a second. He's the only other person for PBN links that I recommend. And I know it sounds arrogant to say, I recommend myself, but to me, I feel like if I don't offer something that I recommend above all else, I'm doing a disservice to my customers by admitting there's somebody better out there. So I think I do the best job, but Bob does a fantastic job as well. And I've used him myself when I didn't want to use my own network at times. So he does a great job. Yes. All right, folks, let's go ahead and let's see, Mike just joined. Let's go ahead and do our first 1 free month of Superstar Academy giveaway. There are 13 people on, and like another 6 on YouTube. So I'm going to do a random number on Google between 1 and 20. Everybody pick a number between 1 and 20, and the person who gets closest will get a free month of Superstar Academy. So guess now, number between 1 and 20. Got a 10, a 14, 17, 7. Give it just another minute or two to give everybody a chance to respond in case somebody came to the door or something. 4. We get it, Keith. You picked 4. 12. Any more bids? Let's go. 9. Battle to the death for the giveaway. So this is why we don't put you in charge, Mike. I can't have that sort of violence. All right. Generating the random number, and I'll take a screenshot of it just for those of you that would doubt me. This is cool. You can do it right in Google. I thought I'd have to go to a website. Generate, and did anyone pick 15? Nope. Let me generate another one. 11. Did we get an 11? Nope. You can't pick 6 numbers. Right, one more. 10. Looks like Graham picked 10. All right, Graham Parker, send me a message after the live, and I'll hook you up with a link to get your free month. And we'll do another one of these in about 20 minutes, guys. So stick around, and we'll give another one. But congratulations, Graham Parker. You already have it? Oh, that doesn't apply to you then. So let's generate another one. Thank you for your honesty, though. I thought you did, but, I thought it could be another Graham Parker. Let's see, 15. Uh, 15 looks like Jonathan McCarty. Congratulations, Jonathan. Send me a PM afterwards, and we'll hook you up. Whoever made the angry face, get over it. This was totally random. Gonna save this just because I know there will be a negative Nancy out there that thinks I didn't really give a 15. One second, ladies and gentlemen. And Russell, if you're still on. See what I did there? I implied that he was not a gentleman. I slay me. Well, apparently I can't post a picture in the comments on a live. So we will do this. So if you got any more questions, guys, go ahead and load those up while I attend to this, and I'll get right back to them. Or a lady. So what is he? We really don't have that kind of time. Jonathan, your congratulations, buddy. I'll message you after we're done. Graham says he best get back to work. Thanks as always. Top man. Appreciate it, Graham. Appreciate you hanging out and appreciate your honesty. And now I've lost my place. Over in Legiit group, Eva SEO says, I love Legiit. I'm a new seller on Legiit and already make $35 and got my money on PayPal. This is 100% real and great website. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That really makes my day. Thank you. All right, let's see. Daniel says, congrats, Jonathan. Stick around for your next chance to win. Thomas says, well done. You know, I'm going to try not to be hurt by the fact that there's more people here when I give free stuff away than there is when I do not. I'm going to just assume that it was a coincidence. Carlos just joined. Hey, what's up, buddy? Keith says, this is my first time on your live. Do you do this every week? Most every week, yeah. Sometimes, I'll take a week off, but for the most part, I do this every week. And sometimes we'll have guests on, like last week we had Iman Shafi, we've had Barry Page, Craig Griffiths, Scott Allen, Mandy McEwen. They've all been on in the past. So I'd like to bring some people on too, because, well, there's less for me to do that way, if I'm being perfectly honest. And plus, different people have different skill sets and backgrounds and things like that. So James says, no, please don't everyone leave. James just trying to win. Ashley says he's always here. Yes, you are, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me that somebody takes the time out of their day to listen to me babble. So I genuinely appreciate that from all of you. Daniel says, how soon after Web 2.0s and citations, etc., can I start using PBNs? What I like to do, and unfortunately there's no X amount of days kind of answer, but I like to wait till they're completely done, and then just wait until the SERP stops responding. Like when you see it start, it'll fluctuate once you build out your brand and you optimize your on page and all that stuff. Once it stops moving, then it's time to go in with the power links. And when I say power links, I mean PBNs, guest posts, and niche edits. Mike says, anyone heard anything about this supposed upcoming algo update? Not really. I think I saw it on BuzzFeed Land, or Search Engine Land or Search Engine Journal recently, but I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to them because usually the way I do SEO still works, like regardless of algorithms for the most part. Every once in a while, something I'll tweak, but my answer is no. Maybe somebody else has seen something though. Carlos says, hey, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. And we are caught up on questions. I didn't get any water, so I'm just going to have to live with it. Israel just made a $2 donation. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't even know how that works, but I do. I appreciate the consideration. Ooh, did we freeze up? Am I still here? What are your thoughts on Amazon affiliate with a blog and doing SEO? So I like it because it's fun and there's a lot of options. The downside to Amazon is that their commissions are really, really low. I think it's like 5 or 7% or like 8% at most, and it doesn't convert like you would expect it to. That said, it's good to have that option, and if you have an affiliate site and there's something you just happen to mention in one of your blog posts, you can always link to it too. But for me, it's not my favorite way to monetize an affiliate site. Mike says BuzzFeed land's still accurate. I shouldn't say that. Like, they're doing a job, and but the way they hype things just drives me nuts. Barry is sitting next to me. This is from Russell Freddie Edmonds. Barry is sitting next to me. His words were, "Looking forward to live stream soon." Awesome. Yeah, I tell him to respond to his messages a little more often, and we might actually be able to schedule something. Israel says, I use Legiit for all my clients, all 4 of them. That's awesome. I'm glad it's a help. I went on that rant already once today, but I really do want to help people, and I'm glad that I've been able to help with some resources. So Craig says, I love email marketing. So do I. You're very adamant about that. It's in all caps, but I really do too. I have several email funnels set up, and they work really well. Although, I read somewhere the other day that email is dead. Of course, I've read that about SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, and, I read that about Alfonso Ribeiro on Facebook not long ago, too. It was celebrity death hoax. So lots of stuff is dead, but nothing is really dead. As long as one person can I'm going to go off on a rant here because there's no questions. As long as there's one person on earth that can do something, it's not dead. If the fact that somebody thinks it's dead means that they're just not good enough at it to do it. So email or die. Well, that seems a bit extreme, but I take your point. All righty. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, I'll give him a Batman backhand slap to make sure he does. If you don't live stream that, I hate you, because I really want to see you. I really want to see you smacking. Like, that's going to ruin my day when that doesn't happen now. So don't disappoint me. They say something is dead when they're pushing something else. Yeah, that's it too. But they may legitimately think that something else is dead because they aren't good enough at it to make it work, Denlin, I think I got that right, says, I do web design and understand the basics of SEO. How would I go about creating a SEO-ready website for a client? So if you understand the basics, and you're doing it from the on-page standpoint, you want to use your H1 tags and figure out your keyword density and interlink the pages in a way that makes logical sense. And it's kind of a big question to answer, but you can analyze it with a tool like Audit to make sure that it's lined up with what's already winning in Google search. And those are the kind of things that will really, really help. So keyword density, meta title, meta description, H1 tags, and I'm forgetting something else. Competition as compared to the sites that are already ranking. So, and I guess some keyword research as well. So it's kind of a tough topic, or it's such a big topic, it's hard to answer in one question. You know, let me move this YouTube over here so I'm actually looking at the screen, or at the camera. But that's kind of the very basics of it. So Israel says he always hears that PBNs are dead. Yeah, of course. That's one of my favorites because like a PBN is just a link. As the only way that PBNs are ever dead is if links are dead. So Keith said, I already said that one. Craig says testify. Alan says, hey, superstar Chris. Hey, Alan, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you made it. Russell Freddie Edmonds. By the way, for those of you that are new, the policy on Russell Freddie Edmonds is that we have to say his entire name when saying his name. Will do. He says, will do, man, and yourself too. Now, he's not talking to me. You guys just have your own little conversation. I'll just be over here by myself. It's just like high school. The man for Alan says you're the man for all my gigs. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad we can help. Always a pleasure to help somebody out. So Eddie says, with a paid membership, we get free year of audit on-site SEO software. Can you tell me what that covers? That is the software that I had developed to, let me just give the backstory on it. I used to do in the Academy group site analyses, whatever the plural of analysis is, to help show people learn how to do an analysis. And as I was doing it, I was like, man, this is a pain in the butt. I wish I had a tool that would do what I want with the click of a button. So basically, you can put in your keyword and your URL, and it'll compare it to the top 20 results in Google. And if there are some results in there that you don't want, that like suppose there's like a Yelp or something in there, you just click the X and it removes that. And then it'll give you averages and some suggestions kind of on what to do based on the sites that are already working. And then of course it pulls in all the data from all those sites. So there's a lot of different ways you can use that. You know, their keyword density, their if they have the keyword in their URL, and a bunch of other different metrics. So I haven't marketed it yet, but you're gonna see a lot more about it in the coming months. But I'm really proud of it, and it's really just made my SEO a lot easier too. So, and that is included in Superstar Academy, which if you stick around, you have a chance to win a free month. But even if you don't win, you can get it for the ridiculously low price of less than a tour of Italy at Olive Garden or some other reference that a lot of people will get at superstarseo.com/academy. Carlos says, what software is this? He's talking about audit.io, AUDIIT.io. That is an on-page tool that I have in development. It's close to coming out of beta, but you can sign up right now if you want at audit.io. And like I said, I'll be talking about that more in the upcoming weeks, but yeah. I've found that a lot of the best tools are things that somebody wanted to use for themselves, and then they just sold to other people. Like, I know that's why Becker originally created Market Hero, because he wanted something that does what Market Hero does, and there wasn't anything. I know that's why Russell Brunson created ClickFunnels, was because he hated that he had to wait weeks and months to get sites developed. So there you go. Russell Freddie Edmonds says there's always room at the table for you, dude. Oh, so you're saying I'm small, so it doesn't I don't take up much room. See how I can turn anything into being offensive? So 2019 of me. I appreciate that, man. I definitely look forward to having a Yoo-hoo with you someday. Or, like a LaCroix, if I want to be really fancy. All right, guys, in about 5 more minutes, we're going to do another drawing. So, yeah, stick around if you want to win, and fire away on any more questions or any topic you would like me to cover, if it's not necessarily a question, so we can do that too. Such a Samantha thing to say. I'm definitely not a Samantha. I'm also upset that I know what a Samantha is. So we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. James says, give Chris a sippy cup. Man, you are really looking to be banned today. First accusing me of using a Mac, now talking about giving me a sippy cup. I thought we were cool. That hurts. It really hurts my feelings. Both of them. Both feelings that I have. Barry A. Page just joined, so this party can finally start. Somebody find a tutorial on YouTube on how to check your messages on Facebook and send it to Barry for me, because it doesn't seem like he understands how. James sent some emojis. That's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at Barry. I probably should be, but I'm not at this particular moment. Barry says he's just here for the prizes. Did you not read the fine print, buddy? It specifically says offer not valid for Barry Page. Daniel says, is there any resource that can tell me when to use naked URL and when to use anchor text and backlinks? Sorry for the newbie questions, but I don't do this for a living. I run a gutter cleaning company. Well, first of all, there's no need to apologize for questions. That's something that has been coming up in the group a good bit lately, with people getting frustrated with new questions. But I'm never going to filter that out, because that's who I want to help the most. If that's not what you want from the group, then I'm sorry, it's not the group for you. Having said that, I mean, I don't know a specific resource that would be free. I don't want to feel like I'm just selling you stuff, but we definitely cover that in depth in Academy. But basically, I use URL anchors on things where it makes sense, like social profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. I was going to say Google Plus, but I guess that's gone. YouTube. And then I use branded ones on things like Weebly's and Tumblrs and things like that. And then I only use keyword anchors on the really powerful links, your guest posts, niche edits, and PBNs. So that's kind of the big view. So James, oh, sorry, I skipped one. Alan says, do autoresponders work for Facebook bots? Work, or for example, Facebook bots are better? I would never rely fully on Facebook bots, because they still control your data. One of the big things about an email list is you own the list, So no matter what happens, you'll have that resource. Tomorrow, Facebook could decide that they don't want bots for marketing, and it could just stop working. That's like my biggest thing in business. Georgia can attest to this. I don't like having a resource that can go away. So I'm not saying don't build bots. They definitely work, but email is more important. So yeah, in fact, that just continuing that, owning your own resources is one of the reasons I created Legiit in the first place, is because this other website that it was a marketplace kept going down, and it kept shutting off that income stream like right away. So I decided to conquer that problem and create my own. So there you go. Let's see. James says he's smart. Man, you guys are mean. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, man, I was here for the free pizza. No pizza today. James says, what email client do you prefer to use? I've used quite a few. My first one was Aweber, and that's great for basic. MailChimp is good if you're not going to do if you're fine with the restrictions they place on you. I used Market Hero for a long time, but I kind of outgrew that. And now I use ActiveCampaign, which is expensive, but to me, it's the easiest one to manage, and it has all the features that I really need. So again, that's one of those things where if you ask 1,000 people, you'll get 1,000 answers, So when you get an email on your list, how long of a campaign do you keep them on? 30 days, 60 day? It just depends on the funnel. So for example, I have an onboarding funnel for Legiit, like when you create a new account, and that one just lasts about, I think, 10 days. And it's like 6 emails or something like that. I have one for my Maps funnel, my Maps funnel that lasts a long time. But the real trick isn't necessarily the length of it, but like how long you can keep engaging them. So and this is something I learned from Becker. I want to credit my sources, but you want to go value, value, pitch, value, value, pitch. Never go more than 3 emails without offering them something, because then you'll end up in the business friend zone. But don't, be so aggressive that you come off as a business creeper. So Craig, you don't necessarily have to be all caps on everything. And he says Email Octopus is his preferred autoresponder. I used that one briefly as well, but it wasn't for me. So all right, I think it's time to do another drawing. So let's see, we've got roughly, people have dipped off a little bit. Yeah, we still got 20 people on. So everybody, I will get, it's 3:51 on my clock. I will give you till 3:53 to pick a number between 1 and 20. And whoever gets closest to it will win. Unless it's James, who's been mean to me all day. Got 7 is taken. 17. 14. You can't apply, Barry. Carlos says 19. Keith says 4. Russell Freddie Edmonds says 17. Israel says 13. Mike says 3. Alan says 13. A different Alan says 9. Still got a few seconds left. Got about 35 seconds left if anybody needs to get their number in. And then we'll pick a winner. Barry's crying. Well, you are, yeah, too bad, buddy. You should have answered your messages. And we got about 5 seconds left. Looks like all the votes are in. So let's draw a number. Generator picked 1. I don't think anyone picked 1. Let me make sure. No ones. Let's try it again. 19. Nope. It's pretty funny. 10. Did we get a 10? Yeah. This is, let's see, 15. Come on. 11. Pretty sure we had an 11. Nope. 1, 10. Come on. Google's pranking me. 4. Carlos had 19. Oh, did I say 19? All right. Well, then Carlos wins. Carlos, buddy, I'll message you. I apologize. Congratulations. I will message you after the live stream. Thanks to everyone for playing. Even though you didn't win, you can still check out Superstar SEO Academy at superstarseo.com/academy. So congratulations to everyone but Barry. All right, guys, we got about 6 minutes left. So if you have any more questions or anything else you'd like me to talk about, yeah, fire away. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and pick on James and Barry for the rest of the time. And we'll move you two back over here so I'm actually looking at the camera. Eddie said, did I hear you say in a video once that you will allow 2 people into the same account, me and the developer? I'm not sure what you're referring to, unless you mean Legiit. And eventually we are going to have like a sub account. I don't really know what we're going to call it, but where you can let somebody else log in with limited whatever. Carlos says, how are you currently doing outreach and how do you scale it? Do you mean for clients or for links? Because for clients, I don't do outreach anymore because it's just not a focus of my business. But for links, I have kind of a whole system. It's funny you should mention link outreach because I've got a great special guest coach coming into Superstar Academy that's going to post a whole section on how he does link outreach. And it's who I learned how to do it from. So look forward to that if you're in Superstar Academy at superstarseo.com/academy. Carlos, your timing's great. You'll be able to check that out and once it gets posted, which I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to being done. So I could tell you myself, but he's better at it, and it's the same process I use. So Eddie says Superstar Academy. Oh yeah, if you have like somebody else you need to have log into it, Eddie, that's perfectly fine. James is continuing to bust my back. So, what sellers other than yourself could you personally recommend on Legiit? Oh man, there's so many. Hatred is great for PBN links. Muktesh Patel does a great job setting up social profiles. Ignite First has a foundational link package I really like to use. Lundum SEO I use quite a bit. Ideal Mike. Who else? Ish, of course, does a fantastic job of copywriting. God, I'm forgetting people and I'm going to be mad afterwards. I can't remember his username, but my video editing guy, he does a great job on there. Let's see. I'm going to bring up my account on this other tab and make sure I don't forget anybody because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Rohin, who is a rank jacker, does a great job. Socket for PBN domains. I use him for sometimes. Kamek Media is the video guy, making online easy. He did all the support videos for Legiit. Yeah, that's just a few. There's tons of others that do a great job. I just don't use them because I don't need particular what they do, but there's so many. If you're in the Legiit Facebook group, you can definitely find a bunch. James says it's all in good. Oh, I know. I'm just firing back. On Legiit, is there a gig to set up Google Studio for client reporting? Yes. I'm going to tag the guy whose services it is, and I believe his username is My Canonical Romance, but I wouldn't swear to it. Why won't it let me tag people? Look for My Canonical Romance, and I believe his real name is Nick Davis. But yeah, he actually set one up for one of my clients recently. That's another good one to answer whoever it was that asked about that. So yeah, My Canonical Romance. I'll just find it and drop the link. Maybe it'll let me post that. Maybe not. Does he have it paused? Ah, there it is. Angel says, I'm here, man. Oh, you got here just in the nick of time because we're actually about to wrap up pretty soon. But, you know, better late than never, said by late people. Just giving you a hard time. I'm very punchy today. I don't know why that is, but hopefully I've been able to entertain a little bit. All right, guys, it's 4 o'clock. We'll give you another 5 minutes just to, get any last minute questions, topics, concerns, recipes that you might need. I make a mean, well, nothing. But if I did, I would share that with you. I'm a single guy. I don't really do much recipe using. Why don't you put a list out on good vendors you use? I do sometimes promote stuff in the group, but it's kind of a balance I have to strike because as the owner of the site, I don't want sellers that I don't recommend to feel like I'm favoring them, and not to come off as whatever, but there have been times when I recommended people and they got so many orders that they couldn't keep up and their quality dropped. And then people got mad at me for them not doing a good job. So it's kind of a tough balance to strike. What was your first ever website you made, and is it still up? Well, the first website I ever made was probably something like Geocities back in the 90s. But if you mean like since SEO, getridofcable.net is the first SEO site I made. And for a long time, in like 2013, it ranked for #1 for Get Rid of Cable. It ranked #1 for WWE Network Review. It ranked #1 for, or not #1, but on page 1 for Netflix Review. And it made me a good amount of money. But then, was it Penguin 2.0 or 3.0? Whatever one that was October 2013 happened, and it wiped out the rankings literally overnight. And that's actually when my SEO career began, because I had to figure out how to fix that. But it's still there. It doesn't rank for anything anymore, and I don't even know how to get into it anymore, but it's still there. Getridofcable.net. Jair says, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Jair? Glad you can make it. Anthony says, I understand. Yeah, I mean, that's been a tough balance for me to strike, because I want to recommend, the people who do a good job, but, I have to remain impartial to some degree as well, Jonathan just joined. What's up, Jonathan? Give it another few minutes, and then I'm going to call it a day. I've been talking all week long, and my voice is about shot. And, I don't really have anything else to add there. I felt like I did, but I guess I don't. Next week, I think we're probably going to take off because I'll be in Vegas, although I'll see what I'm doing on that day. I may do a live from Vegas edition. That might be kind of cool. Live from the MGM Grand. I'll be just like UFC, but like in better shape. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'll see if I do that or not. I'll announce that sometime next week. Congratulations to, I know it was Carlos, and I forget the other guy who won, but I'll scroll back up and I'll contact you once we get done here, and we'll hook you up with your free week. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, do it. Alan says, hell yeah. All right, we'll see. I'm not making any promises, but that might be kind of cool. Live from the MGM Grand. Live from Vegas, yeah. Jonathan says, what time do you normally try to do these live videos? Every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Daniel says, are Schema gold stars worth getting on a site? Do they really attract more clicks? My opinion is they do not. I don't have data to support that one way or the other, but they certainly don't entice me to click anymore. And to me, they almost look kind of spammy. But data may prove that different. I don't know for sure. Anthony says, you're in Vegas, PM to meet up if you have time. Okay. Carlos says, cool. Jonathan says, thanks. Alan says, can you place a few bets for the group? I don't like to gamble, but I may play some poker. I really do like Texas Hold'em, although I haven't played in a long time, so I'm probably donating money to other tourists. But, it's fun. I am going to go see the Beatles Cirque du Soleil show I think it's at, I forget what hotel that's at, but I'm really looking forward to that. I've heard some great stuff about that, and I'm a big Beatles fan, so I think that's going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's on Saturday night. So that should be fun. All right, guys, any last minute questions before I go into my closing spiel? I think we had a good time today. Got a couple of winners. I mean, we're all winners. We're all superstars. See what I did there? Anthony says it's an excellent show. That's what I've heard, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's something I wanted to see for a while. And it's literally the only thing that I specifically planned for my trip. So, like, I already bought the tickets. I bought the ridiculously expensive, like $300 ticket because I wanted the best seats and everything. So, not that $300 is really that expensive, but. All right, guys, I think this was a great session. Congratulations to those of you that won the free month. I'll be in touch in the next hour or so to send you a link how to sign up for that. If you didn't win, but you still want to check it out, you can go to superstarseo.com/academy. And there you'll find, the in my opinion, the best deal in the history of SEO training for the price of a tour. My favorite example is a tour of Italy at Olive Garden. Is less than that. You can get everything you ever needed to start an SEO career, no matter if you're a business owner, an SEO, an affiliate marketer, what have you. So thanks for following. If you're watching on YouTube, join us on Facebook at superstarseo.group. If you're watching on Facebook, join me on YouTube. I'm really close to a certain subscriber benchmark that I'd love it if you could help me hit. And you can go to chrismwalker.tv. And no matter where you're watching, you can check me out on Instagram at superstarseo. And the most important thing is figure out what you want out of life and go out there and get it. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world to be as good as you possibly can be. So that's my message for you today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know it's a Friday and you have things to do, so I appreciate the time. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you again soon.